Welcome back, guys. So today we are going to talk about the 7 items that I recommend that you think about getting for your car. All of these items are fairly inexpensive. I'll put links in the description down to all of them. So when you decide you're going to do Uber or Lyft, you got to make sure, for one, that you're going to have a vehicle that is very reliable. Meaning, you don't want to have just some car that could break down, because guys, you are going to be moving some miles. If you want to make money at Uber and Lyft, you're going to be working some hours and you're going to need to be doing that. But we're not necessarily here to talk about the car itself. We're going to be talking today about the little things that you're going to need to do your job. Now, I will do a video later which will talk about how to be successful at Uber and Lyft, especially in the Denver market, but we will cover that for everybody. So let's get to it, the top 7. Now, you're going to need to put signs on your car that are designated who you're working for, Uber and Lyft. These ones, I got them off the Zon. I think they're both under $10, and they're both 2 different colors. They plug into the actual 12-volt USBs in the back of the car. And the one thing I like about this is, after a while of doing enough runs, that I've heard you'll get a sign from one of the 2 if you're going to do both. But getting these signs eliminates you having to put one of those stickers on the back of your car that when you're not doing this, you don't want to necessarily be seen like, wow, there it is. These are nice because they suction cup on, they're not permanent, you can move them around, you can move them anywhere in your car you want on the dashboard, whatever, as long as you can see. And again, less than $10 a piece. Now, while we're talking about signs, I also got these. These are really inexpensive, and they cover 2 sides. All right, you can see right here, I just put them in the back of my seat right there. It says, if you need anything, feel free to ask. You can see everything else that goes through and covers and lets them know. If you're not going to, have chargers available, then at least they know to put on their seatbelt, enjoy music. Again, you may not offer all of those things, but I do. On the flip side, this one covers a couple other great things where you can say, hey, please close the door gently, because everybody slams your door, and if you have a nice car, that sucks. No eating or drinking, especially no smoking or vaping. Now, those might be simple and easy, but again, those are inexpensive, and the things that you are required are at least the signage and then an actual phone holder, so we're going to get to that. Next thing, guys, when you're new, grab one of these composition books, something where the pages can't be torn out, because you can be flipping this open quite a bit. Document daily what you drive, how many hours you work, how much you make from each app, how much fuel you use, and miles that you cover. What this will do is allows you to kind of generate your timeline of when you works best for you to work, how much fuel you're making. And after a few months, if you don't feel like you need to be as specific, at least you need to keep track of fuel and miles. At the end of the year, you may need those depending on who you are and how you do it for tax purposes or whatever. I'm not a tax professional. Seek your tax advisor for that, but I'm just saying it's good to keep track of this, because what I found out is I found the trends that work for me to make the most money, and that way I don't lose track of it. Also, keep your receipts in this notebook and eventually make a copy of all of them. All right, guys, next item on the list, charging cables. 1, it's nice for your passengers. Again, passengers don't always tip. So what makes you different than any other driver out there? What's going to get you your 5-star rating, which will eventually give you some of the perks and bonuses, is the things that you can offer. Now, these are USB-C cables. They are great. I've been using them. My kids beat them up. They don't die. They don't seem to quit. They don't seem to walk off either, but these come in tons of different lengths. This is a box of 5. This will probably last you a couple years unless people steal them, which I have had no issues with that. And then I will put a link in the description to these. Again, these are less than $20, and just by putting one in the back of one seat and then grabbing an Apple charger, then you'll need that. All right, guys, another thing you might have been seeing if you watched any of my videos is my Bluetooth earpiece. I recommend getting one of these. Both the Lyft apps and the Uber apps both advise you to try and get one, because 1, hands-free Bluetooth. That way it gives the comfort of your rider to recognize that you're not going to be handling your phone or anything like that. But what I like to use it for mainly is when my passengers are in the car, I connect it, and that way my navigation prompts come right to my Bluetooth. Now, this one's very expensive. I had this because I was a professional truck driver, so there are plenty of knockoff ones that do basically the same exact thing. To speak to that, I will put in one that I bought one time, and unfortunately I lost it. I think it was less than $30 off of the Zon, and it was a decent one, but this has always been my go-to, and this is the Plantronics. But I would recommend a Bluetooth headset, not the big gaudy one, but something that either clips on just one ear, allows you to hear what your passengers are saying, lets you hear anything like that, and that way you can do also phone pickup and phone calls if needed while you're lifting. All right, guys, next on my list, Barf Bags. Okay, now listen, I don't work events where I'm going to be picking up people that should be inebriated or intoxicated, however you want to say it. But you still can encompass somebody that has jet lag, car sickness, or something like that. These are super cheap on the Zon. They're like less than 20 bucks for like 60 bags. And this holds a lot of puke if somebody needs it. Because what you can do is if somebody says, I think I'm going to be sick, you don't always find the best place right then and there to pull over, but you know that these people need that now. Stick one of these in each of the passenger doors or wherever passengers might be sitting so they have access to it, just like on the airplane, guys. This seals it up, holds a ton, one use, then that gives you a little bit of time so you can get pulled over so you don't have to have somebody get sick in your car. I'm telling you, you're not going to get that smell out, and it takes you out for the day, so you have to get it cleaned. So you might be down from work if you don't buy this cheap insurance. So again, found these on the Zon, less than 20 bucks, you get a ton of them. I haven't had to use them, but cheap insurance, guys. And most of the passengers that have asked what these were very appreciative in the possibility they might need to use it. All right, guys, so one thing that they are going to require you to have is a phone holder. They don't want you holding that phone in your hand. They don't want it laying anywhere. And to be honest with you, it's easier to have it at your grasp. Now, there are several that lay and clip on your windshield suction cup. Some of them you can stick on the dash, however you want to mount that. That's irrelevant. They'll give you both options typically in the kit. But what I found out is sometimes the ones that mount on the dash, they're kind of in your line of vision. You're going to be going to a lot of places where there's a lot of people, airports, whatnot. You need to make sure that you're doing it safely. So I would recommend that if that one is blocking your vision in any respect, to go with one that mounts in the cup holder. Now, again, I will put a link to one that's on the dash that has a super long arm that you can go to the windshield and stick up there. I've seen people literally with the thing right in front of their face. I wouldn't recommend that. Again, guys, if it blocks your field of view, it can be very bad. But do what works for you and just be prepared for it. Last but not least, guys, the thing that I'm going to recommend, and again, this is all about CYA type stuff. When you're out driving your car, you're going to be packing a ton of miles on. To make money doing this, you have to drive. The wheels always have to be turning. So a long time ago, my brother-in-law, he always puts these in his car, and I just was kind of like, nah, I don't really see the need for it. But I found a smoking deal on one, and I'm going to tell you about it. And that, guys, is going to be a dash cam of some kind. Now, you might be thinking, holy crap, that is a huge investment. Well, the good thing is all the stuff you're buying should be something that you like and you might need anyway in your daily driving, no matter what you do. And if you're going to become a professional driver of any sorts, this could be a tool in your bag that is a life-saving thing. So this one, the Pruveeo, is just something I found off Zon. I searched them, read the reviews, and read them. So I did a little bit of research for you. So this was on a super sale. I think I got it for less than 130 bucks. And what cool about this one is it does inside camera, front, and then it gives you a rear camera that you can use double-sided tape and stick it to your back window to catch traffic coming up behind you. So, and this one also came with the memory card, which holds up to, I don't even know. It was some ridiculous number. It was a big gigabyte memory card. And so, you know, I know I said gigabyte, but at the end of the day, this could be a CYA for you. So what it does is it catches data in front of you, and heaven forbid you have somebody that makes a complaint about you. You have your camera collecting audio data inside the car. So if they say that you did something inappropriate or whatever, you have the defense against that. Now, if you do something cringy, remember it's recording that. So you don't want to be doing that and then claim that you didn't. So it will be recording that, but that is yours to keep and everything like that. And this also has like a parking thing. So if you were to be out of your car and the camera, the car gets jostled, it will activate the camera and try and catch license plate. And it is very good, guys. It's 4K, 1080p and whatnot. And although I'm not an AV expert, and there's probably better cameras than that for the price point and everything that they give you to run the kit, it is perfect. So we went over my top 7 things that I think you got to have in your car. Again, the last one is the most expensive, and it's maybe not something that you're going to want for your car, but I'm just telling you, these are the things that I think that you can use to help yourself make a very successfend move into being a rideshare provider, a driver at any respect. You can use these things in your truck. You can use them wherever. So at the end of the day, guys, I hope this helped. I'm going to do another video real soon on how to maximize your earnings for Uber and Lyft and everything like that. And like I told you before, there are a couple other videos out there where I did the DIA trip, and I did one where it talks about, you know, riders and how they should do and things to expect as a driver. But it is a cool way to make some extra money and to kind of be your own boss. And if it's something that works for you, these tools right here, I did touch on the ones that you're going to have to have, and the rest are just ones that could help you be successful, help you save money in the long run, and keep you safe. Okay, guys? All right, if you haven't already, guys, look down there in the corner and smash the subscribe button. Whatever side it's on, just do that. Even if you plan on never coming back, you can turn off the notification bell, but it helps a small channel out. And if you came to this and got any value out of it, then I would hope that helped you, and you would just help me out by smashing that. Also, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. And if you never come back, I want to wish you guys the best. Be safe out there. And if you plan on coming back for more content, guys, I will see you on the next one.